Hi, everybody. It's your girl, Shantae. I'm doing a quick video that I've been trying to do for like the past 4 days, but every time that I try to do it, I keep getting interrupted. But just to let you guys know, of course, since I haven't posted a video in about a week, um, no, it's about 2 weeks. I did have my baby girl, and she was born December 12th at 8:06 p.m. And I am so happy that she's finally here. Um, she's over here sleeping right now, so I'm trying to go ahead and do a labor and delivery video very quickly before she wakes up because it's almost time for her to eat. Um, so yeah, um, on the 11th, me and my mom went to the grocery store, and like I said, she came down to like stay with me for a little while, um, until she was born or whatever. So yeah, so we went to the grocery store, and I had been telling her that I had kind of been bummed all day that, of course, that the 11th was my due date, and she didn't come on that day, so I was a little bummed about that. So we went and got a lot of groceries. And while we were walking around, I kept telling her that my back was hurting. It wasn't the lower part; it was more so around the middle. Um, so after we got finished with that, we came back to the house and ate. And after we did that, I kind of fell asleep, and I woke up and I took a shower, and then I came back and tried to lay down again. But while I was laying down, I probably laid down for about 45 minutes, and I felt a sharp pain in my back at that point. Now, let's not forget that earlier that week, I think the very last video that I did was, I don't know if I did a week 40 video, but yeah, so she was still in the breech position at that point, so they were telling me that they were going to have to do a C-section, which would have been on this past Friday, which was the 17th, I think, to get her out if she had been born yet. So I did that. Was disappointed after my appointment when he said that, but luckily December 11th came around, and that night, over in the middle of the night, I just continued to have sharp back pains. And I got up and I used the bathroom, and I was sleeping downstairs. I let my mom sleep in my room, upstairs. So I came back down, and I could hardly make it back to the couch. And so when I did, because I didn't have any pains in my abdomen or the lower part of my stomach, so I got up and kind of walked back and forth in my living room. And I got a drink of water, but I only had 2 sips of it. I sat back down, and I tried to lay down, but that wasn't happening either. So I kind of sat up, and then my mom, she came and asked me, was everything all right? Or she asked me what was I doing, because I was sitting up, sleep, literally. And I couldn't lay down. So at that point, she asked me if I needed to go to the hospital, because the pains at this point were, I kept feeling the back pains like every 10 minutes. So it went from me having a back pain for, the back pains actually started on that Friday, and it wasn't severe. Then Saturday, when we went to go get the groceries, it it kind of increased a little, and then Saturday night, um, over into Sunday morning, they started to increase. So they went from maybe 30 minutes apart to down to 10 minutes apart. And so yeah, we got to the hospital. I walked in. I was already pre-registered, so all they did was just take me to the triage area of the hospital first, before putting me in the actual delivery room because they want to see um, where I was or see if I dilated or anything. And luckily, I did. I was dilated 1 centimeter and didn't even know that I was in labor. Because I just thought it was just back pains. It didn't feel like the Braxton Hicks contractions that I had before were all in my stomach, but these were only back pains. So, and they were excruciating pain. So, if anybody has ever had back labor, or if you have the what to expect when you're expecting book, they do talk about that in the 9th month or the 8th month. Or, I mean, you can look it up, back labor pains, and it'll explain it in further detail, because it was what it felt like was someone had a screw and they were just continuing to turn just like that, and someone was like, maybe my back was on fire. That's what it felt. That's what it really felt like. So my doctor was not on duty that night. So we the doctor that was there, he wound up checking me, and he hurt. I mean, it was when he stuck his hand up to see if I was dilated. It really hurt, really, really bad. And I was just, my mom was sitting there, and I was just like in a lot of pain at this point. And so he was like, at first, well, before he did that, my mom had told him that she was in the breech position, and so they were going to go ahead and do emergency C-section. And so I kind of got nervous at the last minute, so I asked them to check again before they cut on anything, because I'm like, I really don't want to go through a C-section because of recovery time. Really didn't want to do that. So after we got finished with that, they checked, and the doctor was like, "Oh, most definitely, she is head down and ready to come out." So I dilated from 1 to 4 centimeters in 1 hour. I was excited because I'm like, "Gosh, this is going by pretty quick. I'm gonna have my little girl with me in a matter of minutes." Well, a matter of minutes turned into 18 hours. 18 long hours. They gave me the epidural when I got to 4 centimeters, and that was like heaven on earth. The best drug that I've ever had. I don't like medicines. I don't like taking pills. Any of that. Never have smoked in my life. But if they had epidurals for just like to kill any kind of pain, I would most definitely recommend it. I just don't see how people can actually go through natural childbirth. Like, are you serious? But anyway, so after about 4 hours, I mean, once I got the epidural, things slowed down a whole lot, and it wore off after about 4 hours. And they gave me this little thing, this little clicker thing, where I can push a button and I guess get another hit of it. But I had two of those, had the epidural, and they gave me 2 other doses. But the other 2 doses really didn't help because I could still feel the pain, and not, it wasn't good at all. And so the anesthesiologist, he said, if that doesn't work, I'll give you something stronger. I had not eaten since 8 o'clock Saturday, and she was born at 8:06 Sunday. So the only thing that I had was the just the ice chips, and I was so frustrated and mad about those ice chips. I wanted water. Now I appreciate us having water, and would recommend that everybody that doesn't drink water, your body needs it, especially if you are carrying a child and you're going to go through childbirth. labor and delivery and you're not having a C-section, you definitely need to drink plenty of water. But after being in labor for so long and dilating, so they gave me the Pitocin. That wasn't helping, and so at that point, um, the doctor came back in and said, "Hey, we'll give you 30 more minutes. We can try to do some practice pushes. If she still doesn't come down or she still doesn't come out, then we're going to have to do a C-section." So they just kept going back to the C-section. I'm like, no, no. I've been in labor for 17 hours at this point. She is coming out right now. Like, this is no joke. Like, she has to come, like, right now. So I finally, I pushed about 12 times, and she was here because she kept going down. Like, when I would push, she would go down and then come back up when I would stop. So that was kind of annoying too. And then the nurse that was assisting, she while she was trying to feel to see where she was, they put the mirror up so I could see her come out. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, she has like a head full of hair, and I can just braid it." And I'm like, "Are you serious? Like, can you just like stop playing in between my legs and stop playing with my baby's hair and just get her out? Like, for real." So she finally was here. I was extremely happy when she was here. When she was born and when she came out, she didn't cry. She didn't cry until they actually gave her shots of whenever she was first born. Um, but she's the most precious and most beautiful thing ever. I'm gonna post a different video just to show the pictures from the labor and delivery and like the first few days of us being at home. Um, and yeah, so other than that, I've been recovering pretty good. Um, it's been difficult. Some days are better than the others. They gave me, I have to do like the sitz baths. I make sure I do those at least 2 times a day, 2 to 3 times a day at least. Um, and because at first they gave me these while I was at the hospital, it was these long packs, like pad type things, and you break it or you just like snap it or whatever, and it has like ice in it, and you shake it up, and and you just wear it, and then you put like the little tux pads, little cooling pads or whatnot on it, and that was also the best feeling because I did have an episiotomy. It was a slight tear, it wasn't a lot, but it's like it's been giving me hell um, whenever I do the number two. I should just say that. Um, so I don't gross anybody out. But other than that, everything is great. Everything has been good. Um, Thanks to all the new subscribers and everyone that's added me as a friend. And the countdown is officially over. So we'll try to go ahead and keep you updated and about this amazing journey that I'm starting on. It's been pretty good so far. I did make it through the first week with no problems, and this week is going pretty good also. She had her first doctor's appointment on yesterday. When she was born on the 12th, she was 7 pounds, 6 ounces. And at her doctor's appointment on yesterday, which she was a week and 2 days, and she already weighs 8 pounds and 8 ounces. So I am breastfeeding and bottle feeding, um, just to make sure that she has. Right now I'm not really producing a lot, so we just kind of give her the bottle as well. So, but yeah, if anybody has any questions or comments or concerns, I'll try to do a